Okay, hi everyone. Hope you guys okay. The Madman with you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for always keeping up with us. This is the African Podcasts where we come and sit, talk about Africa, discuss the beauty in Africa, how things are moving on, how people are doing. Guys who are subscribing are doing very nicely. Of course, we shall also be involving fields and tours, but for podcasts, we are here. Today, we are going to look about succession, and we're going to look at particularly the richest man in Africa, and that is Aliko Dangote. How Aliko Dangote has stood up loud and clear to make sure that the work he has been doing for years and years, he has been working for, can be maintained. Of course, he also succeeded from the family, and he has made sure that this business grows times 10, times 20. And of recent here, he managed to move from 13 billions to 30 billions US dollar. Why? Because I think he's the first black man to own an oil refinery. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So him owning a mega oil refinery gave him loads, like it times his riches. Aliko is the richest man in Africa, and he runs quite a big number of businesses, from sugarcane refineries to sugar, Aliko cement. The man is dealing in banks. The man deals in food sector. He's leading a lot in business. In oil now he's there, and gas. He's doing so much. But of recent year, the biggest news that has been moving around is how he announced his three girls as his successors. There is one called Maria Dangote, another is called Fatima, another is called Halima Dangote. These are all three girls who have been put in very essential positions to make sure they lead up this company. This is nice. In Africa, some of the diseases we have is parents not showing their children what to do. The moment a parent dies off, the parent dies with all he has worked for. Yeah. But Dangote has done a plan on how his businesses, his legacies will survive in the future coming years. The man who is in his 60s, of course, you can't say the next 20 years. He may not be having energy to run these companies. He may have even died. But then, how will his legacy of the Dangote family survive? According to what he said Halima Dangote will take charge of the family office in operations, strengthening the global's footprint. And then Fatima Dangote will step into oil. Wow. Then Maria Dangote will lead commercial operations in cement and food sector. So everyone has been given a sector to lead up. So you're going to see competence on how these girls can protect the family wealth. Wow. It's not been actually for our fellows in Europe, in America, if you go to Asia, India, for them leaving out a legacy for families, it's okay. If you look at people like Bill Gates, he's a son, and the succession is clear and proper on how they will live for the next 5, 30, 20, 100 years of protecting their legacy. Are we together? If you look at Donald Trump, the same thing. But in Africa, it's not been a culture. However, very many families now have adopted it. We have seen several families which are now coming on board to see how they protect their wealth by showing us successors earlier, by training them on what to do. Here in Africa, it's been common. Parents, most especially politically, they have been so active. If it comes to politics and leadership, African parents are always fast on programming how their sons are going to lead the nations. You already see very many Africans currently, the countries are being led by their sons, their family members. But for business-wise, we've not been focusing on that. Parents wake up, take children to school, we go, we study, we don't focus on how the future will be. By the time the kid is done, maybe the father's died, the family is down. Once the richest family becomes one of the poorest, because they're not given enough knowledge on how they can run these businesses. Wow, this is so sad for us. But Dangote, what do we learn from this? If at all the richest man can stand out and show us what to do, who are you? Are we together? So thumbs up to Dangote for this, and we hope you will hold the African legacy, because there are very few Africans who are in the list of the top richest men in the world. Very few Africans, and Dangote is among them. Are we together? So that is it, the big news from Nigeria. Hope we take lessons out of this, our fellow Africans, and we move on. Next time shall come with the discussions about visas, the borderless Africa. Odema has been pushing this so much. Asante.